benevolence. Yo, benevolence. Yeah. I am dropping jewels. I'm going to give you some knowledge. As long as you got knowledge of self, you're going to benefit from this. And even if you don't, we ain't getting too deep. We just getting real rational. So, gratitude. Gratitude for all of y'all being here. It's Davidemετri live in color. Gratitude. Here or not, I'm still dropping it. Because guess what? If y'all do not tune in to me, I know how to monetize this content. That's right. Again, as usual, there's about a 40-second delay of what I say and do versus you seeing it. So know if you ask a question and you comment, it will be at least a 30 to 40-second delay. I'm going to be getting up at times. We're going to go at least an hour, probably hit an hour and a half. Most likely just an hour because I got other opportunities. But you are vitally and definitely important to me. Gratitude. Davidemετri, we live in color, dropping some jewels. Benevolence grateful. I'm here with myself today. As you've seen the last few podcasts, we had guests come in. We had the big debate over the politics and the trick knowledge going on. You know what I'm saying? Things just real slippy and real tricky. That's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? We only had one caller in last time. Not enough comments for me. But like I said, my monetization of this is not dependent on y'all logging in, commenting on whether it's Instagram, because yes, I am live on Instagram. So if y'all think y'all can only see me on Instagram, you got that wrong. That's a laughing matter. You can actually check me out on Facebook at Davidemετri Johnson on Facebook. That's right. Yo, we on Facebook too. That's right. And guess what else? We had Davidemετri live in color on YouTube. Davidemετri live in color on YouTube. We're all live streaming at the same time on all of the channels. And yes, I have courses. I have courses available for you because I got love for y'all. Those courses allow for you, the audience, to build your own live stream is even more immaculate than mine. I can help you do it at an extremely low cost compared to competition. It's a laughing matter. If you think that we're not running this place, we're doing it big, we are going to bring you up to speed on some things. Today we're wondering, are you ready? Are y'all really ready? I got love for so much of y'all. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of love to give to the world, and how the world is. It doesn't always give back, and that's the nature of this reality. You know what I'm saying? You know that, I know that, that's just how it is. We're dealing with challenging times right now. We are having these elections right now, and it's up to you who you choose to be, because it's a decision, right? Well, a lot of politics is politics because it's not nature itself. So the way you perceive, a lot of people perceive knowledge is very emotional. It's based off of you're basing your politics off of your past experience, when right now it could be that a switcheroo on them can actually benefit you. And the reason why I'm saying that is political literacy is very important to me. And when I say that, I mean the science, not the politics. The knowledge of the science over the politics. So they say it's political science because I study political science in universities on 3 continents. As you know, I'm not going to repeat that every time I get on here. You have to look me up. See on my YouTube, David Live in Color, or my other YouTube, OWU, The Original World Union. OWU, O-W-U, The Original World Union. That's my other YouTube. These live streams are manifesting on there. My Facebook, David Demetri Johnson. You can check me out on that Facebook right now, and Instagram if you're on there right now. Call in 909-446-2388 at the bottom of the screen. That's 909-446-2388. And we're discussing, are you ready? Are you really ready? The first bullet point we're dealing with is opportunity cost. I know you probably heard of that company. So we're going to go back to what I was saying is you have to be able to deviate when it comes to politics. Politics is taught to in the family, in the general media, and in the education system that it's, it's not a deviating thing. It's not an adaptable experience. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can actually literally switch up on everybody and be in a different political stance. You can be from one party and the next another. It happens. What benefits you? Who are you? Have you redefined yourself? That's what this is about, and that's what join the live cast like it's a podcast if you have to, but hopefully it clears up this internet issue. But the reason why I said that, I am the author of The Art of Political Atheism, my book, which will be released. I took it off because I had such great realizations during the pandemic season, and I added that to the book. It went from a mid-sized book to a pretty much a normal-sized book, and it's going to have you on point. Get those books for your teenagers because they're going to get a more powerful than anybody that's just going to political science, than just going to civics, that's just going to administration. You're going to get, just studying history. You're going to become super powerful as an individual because that's what it does. You know what I mean? So, again, we're going to get into, are you ready? Are y'all really ready? So right now, what I want to do is switch to some visuals. It feels weird because right now, like I said, the internet is real acting kind of strange. It has to be the internet because everything else is set up pretty good. I know I'm streaming. It's pretty clear that I'm streaming, but I've never had this problem before where I had glitches because I have a pretty good internet setup. Let me see something. So it is what it is. I'm gonna keep flowing. Hopefully y'all can get these visuals that I'm going to share with you. So opportunity cost. We're gonna go into, are you ready? I'm gonna help you get ready. Opportunities cost. Opportunities really do cost. It's a company, right? Which is the cost of opportunities. Well, I'm telling you right now, outliers are why all opportunity and all successes cost. You have to, you really have to really come into a grasp and an acceptance of what's going on with yourself. Like in life, there's no opportunities that will manifest on a successful, fulfilled, achieved level unless it's aligned with your destiny value. I'm gonna repeat that. No opportunities will manifest on a successful level, fulfilled in a successful level, or achieved on a successful level unless those opportunities are aligned with your destiny value. That's the cost of opportunities. Your destiny value. You can't a world-class Olympic sprinter unless you're developing it. If that's your destiny, you can't become a big political person running a political office. You believe so much in your perspective politically and where you're coming from. There's a reason why you're not in that position. And it could be because you're not corrupted as them. Giving you a little bit of some clues to their punches of value. I also want to say that suds you're hearing, that's an actual fan. That's not a glitch in my mic or my equipment. I have a fan going because I haven't got my new camera yet that has the fan internally. I have an AC going and it's actually feeling pretty good in here. But just in case I put a fan on the camera, you have to do that because the lights are very close to the camera. But back to what I was saying, your destiny value. So let me give you some bullet points when it comes to what I was saying. Your destiny value is what allows for certain opportunities. You can have desires and opportunities, but they're not going to be fulfilled because that's not your destiny value. That's not your destiny value. Whether you're on my Facebook and you don't like on YouTube, or you're on YouTube and you don't like Facebook, you're on DAVIDEMETRI Live in Colors YouTube, you're on OWU YouTube and seeing this live, you're on Facebook seeing this live, or you're on Instagram seeing this live, hearing this live podcast, right? Because you're not looking at the visuals, you had something to do, but you like what I'm saying. There's a reason why you're not on Facebook. You're on YouTube watching and hearing this. You're on Instagram watching and hearing this, not on Facebook, not on YouTube. It's the same thing with what you value and what your goals are. So first of all, your goals and values have to be in line with your soul's specific, in this world, spatio-temporal zone. You're getting metaphysical. It has to be aligned. Your ambitions, just because you like things, just because you want things, don't mean you're going to have them or should. So it has to be aligned for your specific value, your specific destiny value. Your destiny is not predestined. It's a destiny. You have these destiny that you have a predisposition toward. So now you're left-handed. You were born left-handed, or you became left-handed. That's destiny, not predestined. You have decision. You have willpower. You have influence. But you had the destiny that you had to be born in this specific city around a certain people with a certain family. You have no choice in that. In this world, you have to cope with it, adapt from it, get the best out of it. So destiny crossed, and that's how destinies work. But then there's cons to destiny, not predestiny. You remember, you have influence. You can get up and just disappear, then people don't ever have to hear from you or see you again. You don't ever have to use Facebook again. You don't ever have to use Instagram again. You don't have to listen to me again. And so this is where it gets important. Remember, the phone number is 909-446-2388. Right there on the screen at the bottom, you can see it. If anybody wants to, you can comment and say, hey, make that bigger on the screen or whatever, but that's the number. Back to what I'm saying, your destiny is really dependent on, a lot dependent on the outliers. Things you can't control, you have to adapt to. So it was things that couldn't be controlled that Martin Luther King had to adapt to become this big leader. He had to take advantage of them opportunities as they came. The same thing with Walter Payton, the great American football player, running back. He had to adapt. You know what I mean? This is the Pele, the great soccer player. You know what I mean? Nelson Mandela, the great political liberations justice guy, reformer leader. This is the type that you have to understand in all these different areas of your life. You want some new shoes, you don't have enough money, you're not going to get some new shoes, and you just get out there and do something to get the money to buy the shoes, to trade the shoes, to trade something for the shoes. You got to get out and do it. So I'm not saying totally anything new to all y'all when I say you have to get out and do it. You have to create it. But what I'm pointing out is you can't change that it's in the middle of the summer and it's hot. But you want to go get them new shoes. But as soon as you hit the pavement, you already an hour in the hotness. You sweating. That is harder than when it is the spring or the fall. You see? So this is how reality is when it comes to your goals. So right now there's the big elections, right? Who you want to be the president? Who she wants to be the president? That's a big deal right now to people's consciousness. Before that, what was the biggest, most popular thing? Kendrick Lamar housed Drake. They're not like us. That was the biggest thing in the world. And then suddenly, boom, Israel and that big thing got even worse than it already was. So those were the two biggest things in the world. Then the Olympics hit. They Not Like Us was still going on, and so was the big Israel thing. So right now, it's the presidential elections of the United States of America is a huge thing for everybody. The Olympics already stopped. Opportunities cost. They're going to cost you just to get to the opportunities, let alone to be able to capitalize on them. They're going to cost you. That's just how life is. Everybody's life's different, though. Look at Donald Trump. What he had to do to be where he's at and had life he lived. It's much less effort than other people that are big time like him, because his dad put in that work, his dad and uncles or whoever, and handing it down to him, and he had to learn to be sharp over time to be able to keep his position and grow his position. But it was help. I didn't get that. I might be sharper than Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. I probably could do better as a president than them. We would not know because the outliers. And that's why opportunities cost, let alone success. This is what I'm getting at y'all about. You know what I'm saying? It's pros and cons to this reality. And right now, you probably feeling it, especially with it being 100 and some degrees in the summer right here in the United States. So what I want to put out is some bullet points. It must benefit your soul, not ego only, when it's a real opportunity for success. This is what I'm addressing. Is this a mirage, an illusion, or is this a real opportunity? Should I really put my energy and time into this? This is what I'm helping you with. When you have to ask that question. Right now, there's a lot of entropy going on. The stars are here, this planet's here, this energy here. This is going on inside the earth. These energies are causing a lot of confusion, uncertainty. And that's what I want to help you with this talk. A lot of these influences pulling you. It was the Olympics, which was a great thing. Then it was the politics in the Olympics that threw you. Like I said, all the other stuff in the presidential election right now pulling you. But what about your personal opportunities? Are you prioritizing and going for those? That's a serious question. This is something that I really ponder and wonder about people. Are they really, are you delighted to feel that you got these opportunities? Because a real opportunity is going to benefit your soul consciousness. It's not just going to benefit your ego consciousness. You understand? There's a contradiction going there. And that's what's happening with you. You need to know that you need this splendid soul consciousness. That's where the enlightenment is. That's where you get the solutions. That's where you get the resolution from the karma and resolution from the situation. That's where the conflict management and mediation is fulfilled for the great. Give yourself a round of applause that you made it this far in this talk, because the jewels are being dropped. The knowledge is real. And I chose this time to do this for specific reasons. I could have chose a time where I would get more following, but I want to get the knowledge out there. Regardless, people come back to this if they want. So you must make sure that is a real opportunity for you. The way it is that it won't be just for your ego consciousness. It won't be just materialistic. It won't be just based off psychological or emotional stimulus. It'll be altruistic and help others. It must be altruistic in nature, not just a win-lose. When it's that win-lose thing, that's a problem. That's when you got to say, hey, that's when it's not really the opportunity you would think it is. Just because you've been wanting to be an MC, a rapper, and you've been pushing for that, wanting to be a film producer and pushing for that, wanting to be an attorney and pushing for that, don't mean it's the right time. How do you know this? Because of the win-lose in the situation. Sometimes let other people have it. It's not for you. I know a lot of people, and it's sad how they have put so much energy and time and resources and even conflict and ruined relationships trying to achieve certain things and take advantage of what seemed to be opportunities, but it was all egomania. It ain't even who they really are. And you want to skip that. And you want your loved ones to skip that. And you have to understand that real opportunities and real successes are win-win, altruistic. They're soul consciousness, not just ego. Might be a little ego involved in it, but because that's the basis of the reality we're in and it being a human. But it's mostly soul consciousness. Another big thing is, it's not going to be bad karma. You're not going to have to worry about it coming back on you. You know, you're not going to tarnish your soul and your path where it seems like you're succeeding, but really you're going to fall harder than you ever did just after you get a little enjoyment in. That's not a real opportunity. Cutting people's throat, backstabbing them, sabotaging them, joining, or even acting like you don't see they're about to do that. You should tell the person if someone's going to hurt them. That's not fair if they're an innocent person. That's your job. Don't give up that humanity and virtues is what I'm saying. You got to be soul conscious if it's a real opportunity. So if you die hard toward Trump or die hard toward Kamala Harris, it's a problem. And that's what I'm saying. So you got to be soul consciousness. You understand? And that's what I wanted to say about that. And you have to understand that you can do it, and it's all about you.
How do you decrease your jealousy with others? The easy technique that you can try starting today is to rejoice in other people's merits or other people's good deeds. So what that means is anytime you see someone doing good, anytime you see someone's good qualities, acknowledge that. In the beginning, it may not feel so genuine, and that's okay, and that's normal, but continuously keep practicing this. And the more that you do this over and over, slowly but surely your jealousy will decrease, and slowly and genuinely you will start to be happy for others.
Yeah, I hope y'all felt that. I hope y'all really benefited from that, because the great Buddha monk there just dropped jewels for the betterment of your soul, right? Now, we morph, we grow. We're enlightened, although we're challenged. There's things calling and pulling, and you see all this viciousness on TikTok and all this viciousness over this political thing. That's a human program, and humans have been here for millions of years. What are you getting so deeply involved in malnourishing your soul consciousness and going into your ego consciousness for when it comes to this political election or any form of government politics, unless you are an insider player? It's your responsibility, and you're fighting for the benefit of the poor people, the needy people, or to keep balance or to get balance, justice. That's different. But if you're just doing it because you're part of a group and you guys want to outdo the other group and really nobody's really solving the problems, like what's going on in the United States of America with its two-headed snake, the Democrat and Republican, which is also the right and the left, all that's a lot of garbage. How about you? Do you value yourself as you should? Because you should be valuing your soul consciousness, not your ego consciousness. That's the metaphysics of this. You see what I'm saying? So you must have relationships with all attributes. You have to have soul consciousness. You should have your relationships with all attributes of self healthy. So that's where you have real opportunities. Are you ignoring your real opportunities because you're soul conscious? So all your attributes of self will bring value and get valued. But if you're going into these aspirations, these ambitions, it'll be healthy for you. Healthy intent. You got to have a healthy intent. You have to intend good and great